So the Dodgers are one win away from the World Series. The Steelers won the Monday night game, and our lead is from the Horseshoe City. Now, typically, you would not talk about the Colts if this was another sport, but it's football, and everything matters more in football. And it's not every day that a first-round quarterback who is projected as the face of the franchise is in such poor physical condition, he removes himself from an NFL game in a key moment because he was tired. But that's what happened on Sunday. It doesn't happen every week. Doesn't happen very often. He admitted to it. One of the more bizarre moments you will see in the NFL took place on Sunday. The Colts-Texans AFC South brouhaha. The Colts had a 10-play drive in the third quarter. So it's in the second half. They're on a 10-play drive. And Anthony Richardson takes himself out of the game because he was tired. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. And so that is where the quarterback drama of the day is in Indianapolis. And will he start in Week 9 or will he not start in Week 9? And Shane Steichen, if you've not been following, Colts having a lousy season. Shane Steichen is the coach. He was asked about the status of Anthony Richardson, the quarterback, and said, quote, "We're evaluating everything," close quote. All right, so let us discuss the question for the esteemed panel. What do the Colts do with Anthony Richardson? What do they do? How do they handle it? I've got War Tribunal, Cinnabon, and Carnival Cruise. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a snack tray, a delicious snack tray with those pretzels with peanut butter in them, and some. We'll have some chocolate. And it's just going to be an amazing snack tray. Just really, really good snack tray. Yeah. All right, so first of all, these things are often cloudy. There normally is not a clear answer on how to handle these situations. But this one, it's rather obvious, right? This one's straightforward. Shane Steichen, you're the head coach of an NFL team. Your first-round quarterback took himself out of the game in a key moment in the third quarter of a divisional matchup and a game that would have really propelled you back into the race in the division. You cannot commit to Anthony Richardson, and that's why he was non-committal. You cannot commit to him. Now, the problem is these players are also soft these days, the wussification of the NFL, that you can't just come out and say, well, this guy's a suck bag, and you can't say that. You're not allowed to say that, so you have to use the proper decorum, and what ends up happening is you beat around the bush. So what should happen here is the Colts hold a war tribunal, a locker room war tribunal, and you have the leaders of the team, and Richardson gets a demotion in rank because what he did was a violation. He went AWOL. The guy went AWOL in the middle of a game. Well, he was tired. Well, I did. He was tired. You can't. You have to. The whole point of it is a war of attrition. It's not, I'll only play when I'm okay, and when I'm tired, I can't play. That's not how it's supposed to work. And if you allow that to happen, then I'm sure there's a lot of guys on the Colts team that were tired that wanted to come out of the game. The guy tapped out. He said, I'm out. I'm done. That's it. Now, you mix in the deplorable play. 10 of 32 passing for 175 yards. One of the worst first halves I've ever seen. And all of it points one direction. Bench his ass. Bench him. Bench him. Like, what are you doing? Are you just a minor league operation? That's all you're doing? The only point of the season is to try to develop Anthony Richardson, and the fact that he's not getting any better, and the fact that he can't even play the entire game because he's tired, and you're going to reward that by continuing to put him out there because you don't care about the season at all, and you're not trying to win anything, and that's all. It's all about him. It's an easy move. You pivot a little bit to the right. There's a guy holding the clipboard named Joe Flacco who's available. Now, Joe Flacco is not your long-term answer, so people always get freaked out. Well, he's too old. He's not the long-term answer. You don't always have to have the long-term answer. Is he the answer right now? Today. You know, it's like I often talk about this show and different opinions I have. People call up and they'll say, well, you were wrong about that opinion. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. They'll go on and on about that. You were wrong about this, that, and the other thing, right? So they'll do that. And then my rebuttal will be, well, I have to do the show that day. And at that time, the Colts have to play a game coming up, and they have to play it without Anthony Richardson. Because it doesn't matter whether that's not the long-term answer. It doesn't matter. All right, the Colts have a guy that's a capable backup, and Richardson has been a complete trash bag all season. A league-low 44.4% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Those are the numbers that should get you a job in the Canadian Football League with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They're archaic. They are a throwback to the 1970s or the early 1980s. And for all the talk about how he's about to blossom and things are going to get so much better and this, that, and the other thing, and franchise quarterback, blah, 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 blah. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. All right? You're not that guy. Not even close. Not even close. All right, now, secondly, we go to Colorado, where Denver coach Sean Payton, we have a follow-up to a story we talked about in a previous episode of the show. Sean Payton was asked again about the Panthers, some of the players complaining that he tried to run up the score. J.C. Horn, in particular, approached Sean Payton after the game, but there were several others who also complained about this and went on and on and all that. Well, he responded. Here's what Sean Payton said. He said, it's the NFL, play better. So how does that vibe with you? So here's the situation, okay? I thought about this, and I absolutely am on the side of Sean Payton. It's well-reasoned. And I've never understood this argument. It pops up every couple of years. I've been doing this job for a long time. So every couple of years it pops up. And Carolina, you talk about a house of cards, but this is a Cinnabon franchise. It is a sticky situation with the Carolina Panthers. They're bad. They know they're bad. And I guess they want other teams in the NFL, they're so pathetic, they want other teams to take it easy on them. How unbecoming is that if you're a fan of the Carolina Panthers, right? Even though the Panthers play like amateurs, the other teams are supposed to not try to finish a full game. And Sean Payton, what I heard from Sean Payton, I saw this soundbite. I heard it and saw it. What I saw is a commonsensical approach that works for me, right? Last year, Sean Payton was on the other side. The Broncos absolutely quit on Sean Payton. A game in Miami. Remember that? Yeah, I do. The Dolphins put 70 points up on the Broncos because the Broncos quit and Miami ran up the score. And Sean Payton didn't like it. He took his medicine. And he could have made it much worse. Carolina, you can do whatever you want against Carolina. They're a junior varsity football team. They're terrible, right? And so ultimately, the answer is always it's professional football. Play better, do better. No pouting. It's unbecoming. It's unbecoming. All right, final thought. We head down to New York, where a longtime New York radio gas bag, Mike Francesa, now like every former radio guy, he's just a podcaster. He's no longer on radio. But Francesa blasted the Jets suck, suck, suck. He ripped them apart. He said the Jets are ruining Aaron Rodgers. He also said that they're turning him into a bum. Any insight you'd like to add on Francesa's take there? So on this one, I know it's easier to pile on the team than the player. The player's going to leave the Jets, and the Jets will still be there. It's fun to goof on the Jets. But on this one, Francesa's an absolute dodo bird. And he's clearly spending too much time at the track because the way I look at the Jets situation, and we document this every day, if there is fault, now it's not that the Jets are completely clean. Their hands are not completely clean here. But the fault falls on the side of Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers got the red carpet treatment. The Jets rolled out the red carpet, whatever he wanted. This was an Aladdin situation. Your wish is my command for Rodgers. And he had NBA-level power with the Jets. He did. He helped pick the teammates. A lot of Green Bay guys on the Jets. That's because of Aaron Rodgers. Look at Hackett, who was the offensive coordinator, the play caller. That's an Aaron Rodgers move. His DNA is all over this mess. And Rodgers got to the Big Apple. He shows up there, and he has taken the franchise on a Carnival cruise vacation to Crap Your Pants Island. On a weekly basis, the Jets crap their pants. And that's the cruise that Aaron Rodgers put the team on. They cleared the runway for Rodgers to take off. He's in the cockpit and all that. And he's like, I've never flown a plane before. I don't know how to fly the plane. It's the way he's played. And the plane skids off the runway. It's wild.